Welcome back, fellow business owners. My name is Ashley Deering, the CEO of a digital marketing agency called Deering Media. It's based here in Atlanta, Canada. However, my tips and tricks can help you worldwide. I'm here today to provide you 5 do's and 5 don'ts of marketing your business on Instagram. So buckle up, get a pen and pad ready, and let's go. Let's start with the fun stuff, the do's. How do you market yourself on Instagram? Number 1, use high quality content. So this doesn't mean that every photo that you post needs to be done by a professional photographer or every video needs to be done by a videographer. It just means that you need to put your best face forward for your brand when you show up online. So rather than shooting a photo in a dark room, make sure that you're utilizing something that's free, like natural lighting, or invest in a ring light or an LED, something that will help you enhance the quality of your content. When you're shooting videos, instead of just, shooting a bunch of clips and throwing them together and calling it a day, try to edit on the beat, add some transitions in between your clips, try to make things more engaging for your audience. So to give yourself a leg up, make sure that your quality is top notch. Number 2 is use hashtags and geolocation tags. So let's start with the locations. I think it's super important for every post that you put on to make sure that you pin your location. Even Reels has eventually rolled out that you can put your location on those as well, which is super cool. Is if you are a local business owner, so like maybe you're a local photographer in Chicago, people, when they're in Chicago and they're looking for a photographer, one of the first things they'll do is either use the hashtag, Chicago photographer, or they'll go into that geolocation and start scrolling through those. It's also a great way to be discovered just naturally and organically by people that are just looking at the location themselves, and it helps bring you closer to the local community. Now, hashtags bring you one step further. So yes, you can use local hashtags like Chicago photographer, Chicago bakery, whatever it may be. You can use those and kind of research those and see which ones fit within your niche. But then you can take it one step further. So make sure that you're describing what's in the photo or video. Make sure you're using relevant hashtags so your posts are actually being seen by the people that you want to connect with and that you're trying to build as your community and your audience. Post regularly. So this doesn't mean post every single day and burn yourself out. I absolutely hate that advice. I don't even think there's a specific amount that you need to post to grow on Instagram. It is quality over quantity for me. So with my clients, we try to post Monday through Friday and give them a break on the weekends because you deserve a break on the weekends. And those posts Monday through Friday, we try to rotate throughout Instagram's features to make sure that we're utilizing them all. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we will post a reel that also goes up on TikTok. It goes up on LinkedIn. It goes up on Facebook. Like, we are creating one piece of content and moving it across the board. And then we also take advantage of Instagram Lives, and then we can use that replay as an IGTV and put that up on the feed. And we also will do like informational like carousels and stuff like that. So we're really trying to leverage all the different features that Instagram has to offer without burning ourselves out. Number 4 is utilize stories. So yes, I know I just talked about all the features that you should be utilizing, but I really, really, really want to put an emphasis on stories. Stories, I think, is one of the best ways to connect with your audience and genuinely build a connection. So Reels are great for reaching new people. I think, static posts and stuff like that are good for nurturing those who are already there, but it's all kind of curated. It's thought ahead of time. It's, pre-planned. It's made into pretty graphics and perfect captions and stuff like that. I think there's a real value in showing up online and just being yourself. And I think stories is kind of the window into that. So stories, I recommend that you do every single day. Utilize the different stickers that are in there that we talked about in our last video, which I'll leave in the description below. But there's all sorts of different stickers in there, like the poll sticker, the question sticker, the create yours sticker, that help you build engagement and community and a conversation with the people who follow you. It's also a great way to bring your audience behind the scenes, show them the raw side of running your business, and just truly be your authentic self. Number 5 is interact with your followers. So if you are posting and then ghosting, I'm so guilty of this. We need to get better. We need to get better. We don't deserve to have an audience if we're not giving back to them. And it's something I struggle with, especially in the winter months. I blame it on my depression. We live in Canada. It has snowed for the last several months. It is cold here. My motivation to shoot content has just gone down, and my motivation to be online has also plummeted a little bit too. And sometimes I'll post something and I'll get some really great comments. They're engaging with the caption and the post that I've created, but I'm not showing up and, giving it back to them, and then my engagement drops. So it's something that I'm sure some of you are doing too, and it's really easy to get caught up with life and be busy and kind of shrug that off to the side. What I've tried to do to start curbing this is I book out 15 minutes every day, Monday to Friday. I book out 15 minutes and I go and I reply to my DMs. I go and I reply to any comments, and I go and I try to engage with my audience. So it's kind of hard because people expect things to be so fast and instantaneous on social media and online. But I try to treat Instagram the same way I would treat my email inbox, just so I don't drive myself crazy, always trying to keep up with things. So I found that giving myself a dedicated little pool of time to go and do all of those things helps me keep up, helps me engage my community, and also keeps the community growing. They feel respected. They feel like their time is, they feel like what they've provided to the conversation is valuable. They feel like they're a part of the community, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do and exactly what I'm trying to get better at this year. Okay, so that was the fun, fluffy stuff, but now we're gonna get into the don'ts of Instagram. I could probably make a video on just this itself, and it would be like 1,000,000 hours long, but we are going to condense it into just 5 don'ts. So, number 1 is don't post spammy comments. If I see a follow for follow, please come like my post, a comment that's not even related to the piece of content that has been posted, something spammy that's like, hey, I got Bitcoin and sign up here with this link. If you send me a DM and it's like, hey girl, this company wants to work with you, By the way, if the company wanted to work with you, they would message you directly from that account, or they would email you, which is so much more professional. So please don't fall for those. These types of comments will only turn people off, and if you get reported, could result in your account being suspended. So don't do that. Number 2 is don't post too many promotions. So yes, of course, you should talk about your offer on Instagram, you should talk about your business and what you offer. But if you are constantly selling and not providing value, so to me, I think you should be providing value about 80%, and then you selling should be about 20% of your overall scheme. So that includes, the stories, what you post on your feed, your lives, all of that. If you are selling more than you're providing value, you're doing it wrong. It's not the point of social media. You are here not for yourself at the end of the day. You are here to make the lives easier of those who follow you, and hopefully by building that connection over time, they're going to trust you enough to know that you have the answers to help solve their problems, and they'll be willing to give you their hard-earned money for your services. So it's kind of, a long game that we're playing, but that's okay. That's what we want. We just talked about hashtags and the do's, but let's bring it back to the don'ts. Don't use spammy hashtags like follow for follow. Don't use too many hashtags. If you're going over your 30, you're way overdoing it. Even over 15 is probably way too much. As we mentioned before, make sure that they're very specific to what is in your post. Do location hashtags. Do hashtags that are related to directly what's in here. Do hashtags related to the niche that you're trying to attract, and do hashtags related to the audience that you're trying to serve. The other mistake that people make with hashtags is not researching them before using them. So there's 2 reasons why I recommend this. One, you want to see how many posts are associated to the hashtag. If it's really high, you might not get your post seen. There's no point in using that one. Find another one. The other thing that people don't necessarily know about is banned hashtags. Instagram's super sketchy about this and doesn't really talk about banned hashtags, but if you use banned hashtags, you could potentially have your posts suppressed and not pushed out to your audience and other potential followers. To see if something is banned, go research the hashtag itself and it'll actually come up directly underneath. I noticed this around Valentine's Day. I researched Valentine's Day to see if that hashtag was banned, and it was, and I saw so many people using that hashtag. So I don't know if their post got suppressed. I don't know what their analytics look like on those posts, but it was something that I noticed and kind of picked up on, and I'm very curious by. Number 4 is don't post irrelevant content. So if you're a beauty salon and then you start posting about NASCAR, you know what I mean? If you're a dog groomer and then you start talking about, health and wellness for humans, you're gonna lose the audience that you built. So you really wanna make sure, I think people always come on here with a wrong misconception around niches. A niche doesn't mean that you put yourself completely into a box and you can't divert from it. A niche is a good middle grounding point for you to find an audience and build it around. So mine is social media marketing, but then off of that, that's my main pool, but then it's, Instagram growth for businesses. There's, TikTok, there's LinkedIn, there's all sorts of different things. I write blogs, I do newsletters, I do email marketing. So there's all sorts of website design, there's so many different branches off of what I do, but my main core that I am trying to attract people with is social media marketing. So if you want to learn about social media, I'm the gal that's going to teach you about it and give you the tips and tricks and keep you in the know as things are updating and all that kind of jazz. So that gives people a reason to follow me. They want to know and they want to stay in the loop and keep up with things, and it's easy to just follow one person instead of a million different accounts to try to get that information. And if they like my personality and they like how I deliver the content, they're going to stick around for it. So please, if you're trying to build a community and an audience online, make sure that you're picking a niche-ish and staying around that parameter. Number 5 is stay consistent. So consistency isn't necessarily posting every single day and make sure it's always on 10 o'clock and all that. Give yourself a break, give yourself some space, you're a human being. But posting consistently means that, you have a content calendar. On Mondays, you're posting a certain piece of content, and every Monday I can expect that. Mondays for me is an education pillar. So every Monday you can expect to learn something from my account, and every Friday is my entertainment pillar. So by every Friday, you can expect something that makes you laugh or something that's a little relatable. So by establishing these, you can kind of tell your audience what to expect by following you. This also means brand consistency. So stay consistent within your color palette, the fonts that you're using, the type of music that you use, there's that mood, the feeling that your brand has. Make sure you have a really solid grasp on that and that you're creating content around that. So in order to successfully market your business on Instagram, I hope you follow these 5 do's and the 5 don'ts. There is so much more I could go into, and I would love to answer any questions, so please feel free to leave any ideas for videos in the comments below. If you liked this video, there will be an even more in-depth blog post on my website, ashleydeering.com, on Wednesday. Definitely go check that out. For more Instagram tips and tricks, make sure you subscribe and like this video and follow me on my other social media platforms. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday.